My name is Julia Lichtblau, and this is the Dictionary of Occupational Titles, 1939, revised. Forward to the new edition. Revision of classifications combining narrow, obsolete specialties into undefined continues to cause turmoil in the labor force, especially among the trades that were emotionally attached to their titles in a less industrialized era. The dictionary, as a mirror of the workplace, can only reflect reality, however undesirable. We, the editors, were nonetheless surprised at the vehement response occasioned by certain proposed changes during the comment period. Artist, tattoo, to tattoo artist. Apiarist to beekeeper. Appliers, anti-squeak, to anti-squeak filler 1 proved particularly controversial. Perhaps loss of status was seen where none was intended. The reclassification of benders, crepe box, as embossers too, provoked indignation in the profession. However, only a small minority of labor classification experts had ever heard of a crepe box bender, whereas most could readily define the functions of an embosser. Redefinition of boners as fish boners was warmly received. Similarly, the agricultural sector hailed the switch from breeders, rabbit, guinea pig, rat, etc., to farmers' animal as progressive and dignified. Staff undefined, previously writers, editors, copy editors, proofreaders, researchers, et al., have appended particularly expressive samples of public commentary, oral and written, on the changes in the 1939 edition. Managers may find them helpful in explaining the changes in occupational titles to the rank and file and personnel departments. T. W. Reedy, Supervisor of Revisions. 1. Con. Undefined my ass. My dad was a purse seine fisherman, and whenever he met a beach seiner, he'd dig me ribs and say, "Thank God I ain't one of those haul, drag, or beach seiners. I know me place, and they knows theirs," he says. "We're defined to the end of time." Picture this. High winds. "Move your ass, tube roller," says to the rip-rap placer. "Shove it in the slot, able seaman. Snuff can roller, roller, roller in. Here comes rigor undefined, when what we needed was defined." Ah, too late. Down she goes. How about undefining the supervisor? We can all drink to that, signed Quenching Carman. Dear Mr. Reedy, our shag boss, the son of a bitch, is a whim driver. He tells us to delete the short order selector. How the hell are we supposed to know which to keep? A breast sawyer and a leg sawyer. Undefined. Is nothing sacred? 2. Pro. Tunnel kiln car setter and vault light setter. Lights at the end of the tunnel. Bless you, sirs, for leaving us unconverted, defined, free. Roman numeral 2. Ah, the old days. Was it only 1935 when we dickered all night with the caponizers? The chicken sexer laid down with a sheep shearer, the yarn dumpman with a speck picker, master 2 embraced port captain, top sorter and top racker, slackerman and slider, hand buffer and cigarette girl, charwoman and... Was that a blush, ladies? Smooth on man. Solidarity as far as the eye can see. Roman numeral 3. A word from the ladies' auxiliary. The egg breaker and the heel breaster dropped by the union hall, only to find the returned stocking repairman and the rouge mixer down at the mouth. Unused to female scorn, they lamented. We was hosed by pile-driving nozzlemen. Larryman, too, leans over to Cabracho Tanner 1 stool west and says, I'm a cowboy and you're a bronc buster, and betwixt us we should be able to corral a couple of fillies. Off they go. Behind the scenes, the maids, general no cooking, turned up their noses at every wax impregnator, from H-bone breaker to artificial pearl maker. Watch that fleshing machine operator shucking and jiving. Waddle over here, carboy, and let me give you a fleshing, heel to breast and back down the other side. The Headley girls shimmer and shake. You think it had been a century. I glimpsed the wet lap trucker and had to turn aside. Throw that man a towel. What'd you expect in a lace hose hand? Roman numeral 4, hearing transcript. Mr. Reedy, how did you arrive at the new code for snake oil salesmen? Answer. Snake trainer plus clergyman plus optical goods salesman. Question. You mingled mangle tender with internal grinder operator and came up with mucking machine man? Answer. And Bob's your uncle. You, in the fedora. Question. How do you classify sign erector plus hardener 2? Indistinct. Laughter. Answer. I'll let my acid retort operator answer that. Bill? Answer. Tissue inserter. Protest song erupts. The calliope player starts in. Marionette man does a two-step with Punch and Judy. Sing it, rivet flunky. Ta-ra-ra, boom-de-ay. Boss man's off today. There once was a Union maid. She never was afraid of goons and ginks and company finks and deputy sheriffs that made the raids. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. Roman numeral 5, signatures. The following are in favor of remaining defined. Baller, bander, wheel girl, silk boy. Bucker up, pig tailor, gut snatcher, beat out boy, dresser tender, shoulder puncher, ticket shopper, pretzel twister, tin house, scruff man, tomato skinner, critic, all say I. Adopted.